You don't live to be pity, you live to be a role model. When Min was a child, his mother often told him a story about a baby eagle that fell out of its nest and was raised by a flock of chickens. For many years he thought he was a chicken. He scratched the ground for worms, was afraid of heights and never dared to look up at the sky. Until one day he saw another eagle soaring high above. His heart suddenly trembled. A strange urge arose, and for the first time he spread his wings. That story is not just a story. It is an image of many of us. People who live their lives as if they were just shadows, the lucky ones who are pitted by others. But in fact, inside each of us there is an eagle. We just don't dare to take flight. Fear of rejection. Min grew up in a poor family. His parents argued constantly. Min studied well, was obedient, but he never felt that he was good enough. Every time he did something wrong, he was scolded. No one loves people like you. Gradually, Min believed that he could only exist if others pitted him. He tried to be accepted, always pleasing others even though he was exhausted. Then one day in despair, Min read a quote from Seneca, a Stoic philosopher: "Those who live to please others die of their own contempt." At that moment, Min seemed to wake up. Why did he have to live in dependence on the eyes of others? Why did the fear of rejection have the power to control his entire life? A life-changing decision. Min decided to try something different. Not to prove anything but to find himself again. He quit his office job that everyone said was stable, to start his journey as a speaker. Something he had dreamed of but never dared to say. Friends laughed. Family was shocked. "Who needs to hear you?" a friend exclaimed. But this time Min didn't feel hurt. He no longer lived to be pitted. He lived to be a role model, at least for himself. Stoic philosophy in his personal journey. Min turned to Stoic philosophy as a guide. He learned to distinguish between what he could control and what he couldn't. What other people said, out of his control. How the world reacted, out of his control. But how he acted, how he reacted, how he moved forward, was entirely in his hands. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "If it doesn't hurt my character, nothing can really hurt me." Min began to practice character every day. No blaming. No complaining. Just acting. Days no one applause. It wasn't easy to start. The first few talks were limited to a few people. One day there were only 3 people listening. One fell asleep, one looked at his phone, one left halfway. But Min kept talking. Not because people were listening but because he himself needed to hear his voice. Every time he remembered what Epictetus said, "Remember, you don't have to live the way others expect you to live, but the way you choose to live." What is a role model? One day a boy approached Min after a sharing session. His eyes lit up. "Brother, I used to be bullied too. But now I want to be like you." Min was speechless. Not because of the compliment but because the boy had seen what Min had been searching for his whole life. A role model. To be a role model, you don't need to be perfect. You need to be brave. You need to be persistent. You need to surpass yourself, even when no one is cheering you on. Living without permission. One of the things Min learned from Stoic philosophy is, no one can stop you from living a valuable life, except yourself. No one needs permission to pursue your dreams. No one needs permission to love yourself. No one needs permission to stand up when life knocks you to your knees. Seneca once said, "Life is short, but long enough for those who know how to use it properly." Min chose to live, not as someone waiting for pity, but as a warrior walking, step by step, day by day, in silence without giving up. The silent hero. Today Min is not famous. He does not have millions of followers. But there are poor students that Min teaches for free, there are prisons where Min shares about hope, there are people who once fell, now standing up thanks to a saying, a lesson Min gave. No one applauded. But that doesn't matter. The highest nobility is to do the right thing even when no one is watching. It is the quiet nobility that Stoics consider the ultimate expression of character. Question for you. What are you living for? For the pity of others, or for the respect of yourself? Are you waiting for someone to give you permission to move, or are you standing up like the eagle of old to spread your wings for the first time? You don't live for pity. You live to be an example. And you can start, right now.